Hello and welcome to the Mexican FormulaProc Grand Prix. We are now at the historical Autódromo Hermanos Rodriguez, one of the oldest tracks in the continent located in the gigantic metropolitan area of Mexico City. We already had a very exciting qualifier session here yesterday where the teams drove under new regulations. This is an extremely fast circuit with 3 long straights where cars can develop top speeds, followed by a set of sharp corners going through a baseball stadium where the crowd is granted to witness a great show today. It's a beautiful sunny day here in Mexico City, and as we approach the end of the tournament we have many drivers that could potentially take the lead here today. Queenscape completely dominated the qualifiers with Jochen placing an amazing pole position time of 57 seconds 38 hundredths, followed by his teammate Biscap at a considerable time distance. Nino and Gequinho struggled for the third spot, with the Mahejok's driver, winner of the United States race, managing to earn it by only 14 hundredths of a second. Kisielewicz, the runner-up in the tournament, only managed to score the 5th position and will be side by side with Casalini, the current leader who has sadly failed to score in the last races. This will be a decisive race for both. The Slashware Racers, who ended up in the podium in Austin, will fill the fourth line in the grid with virtual identical qualifying times. And last, we have Denzi, who really struggled to take the most out of his car, and Wickman, who was the only driver to crash in the qualifiers. What a crazy race we had the last weekend in Austin, with only 3 drivers crossing the finish line. These events have prompted the organizers of the tournament to sanction immediate changes for the setup of the cars. And the race is starting now in Mexico City. Jochen leads, but is followed closely by Biscap, who wants to get that first position for him. They are crossing the Recta Principal, the first straight in this fast track, and now approach the Solana complex, where they continue struggling. Biscap really wants that first spot and is not giving it up. They are now in the back straight and approaching the close S del Lago. This chicane is very close. And yeah, Jochen is successfully defending that position, and Biscap just had to let it go. He could not do much. Wickman is trying to improve his position, but it's not being easy. And Kisielewicz is also trying to climb, but not being very successful at it. Still a 5th position, and not giving up. Now he's attacking Casalini, the tournament leader, and trying to get that position for him, but he had a small accident and is now going to fall to the bottom of the positions, while Jochen is leading into the second lap. Wickman continues trying to get that position, but also has a slight accident, and then is able to go away. And now Kisielewicz is trying to recover also from that accident, that small mishap that he had. He is now on 8th position, but his car is not just quick enough, and he will not be able to do it in this straight. Casalini is being followed by Gequinho, but he managed to defend his position, and Gequinho is not giving up either. He's following Casalini. They are struggling for that position until Gequinho had a small accident, and that allowed Casalini to run away. Kisielewicz is in 6th position, and Casalini just crashed. Casalini crashed. Kisielewicz almost crashed into him in the same position, but managed to go through. This is good news for Kisielewicz. If he manages to get into the scoring position, he will be able to equal him. But however, let's not forget that Jochen is also in the fight for the top positions, and this is a great result for him. This will put him and probably also his teammate in a very good position in the table. For sure, Jochen will be leading the Drivers' Championship with this, especially now that Casalini is out. Gequinho and Gaburi continue fighting for the 5th position. That 5th position that grants some points is very important for drivers in the tournament, and he's now earned it. Gequinho earned the 5th position. The Slashware Racers are now out of the points, as well as Hatena. Well, not Hatena, Epona. This is surprising. Both Kisielewicz and Wickman are having a hard time here at this circuit. Kisielewicz struggles, and Wickman is very behind. There's nothing he can do, and there's a change in the lead. We have this cup now in the lead. Lewis trying to recover some position, but still at the sixth position, and he's got the couple of Hatena cars, which are proving to be very fast in this straight, and he will not be able to reach them. Maybe he will do that in the corners afterwards, but they are now fourth and fifth. Simernino doing his job for the Mahe Jogs, third position. This is also going to be good for him in the fight for the top spot in the tournament, but we'll see how that goes after the race. Denzi and Gequinho very close together, and also in the same competition between them, and Denzi is being able to hold into that fourth position. Biskup was leading but has understeered near the photosol in front of the crowd, and has now been surpassed by Jochen, who leads the race into lap 5. Gequinho and Denzi continue fighting, and there's a very big gap between Simernino and Gequinho. So the fight will be now for that fourth spot. But Lewis crashed in front of the crowd in photosol. This is a very bad thing for him. This is very bad luck for him, and this will take him very away from the top spot in the tournament, which is what all his fans in Poland really wanted. But it's not going to happen in this race. We are going to have a change in the lead for sure, with Jochen and Biskup still leading, and Simernino. This is probably going to change all the top positions in the table. We're going to see afterwards. But yeah, this is a big change with Kiselevic and Casalini out. Well, it's not a surprise for Casalini, because we have not seen a very good performance from him in the last races. But yeah, we all had the hopes spot on Kiselevic and his eventual rise to the top. It's not going to happen. It seems Screenscape is going to be back at the top as they were at the start of the tournament. But yeah, we will see how that goes. They seem to be very, very solid at the lead, Jochen and Biskup. While Gequinho, well, he's also built some distance between him and Denzi. Denzi is having a good race, I guess. Compared to his starting position in the grid, a fifth position is not bad. This 4-5 is not bad for Hatena. They're going to be summing some points. Jochen is leading into the final lap. This race is about to end in Mexico, and if he doesn't have an accident as happened in Austin, hopefully he doesn't, then he's going to be winning the new place, first position in the Drivers' Championship. Simernino is still too far from Biskup, but also has a very good distance between him and Gequinho, so probably will get that podium as well. This is going to be interesting. This is going to be interesting for the end of the tournament. Gequinho trying to approach Simernino in this last lap. We'll see how that goes in the S del Lago. But yeah, Simernino runs solid into the third position. He's crossing the Serpiente and now the Aguila Real. These two very interesting corners from the circuit, and Jochen has won this Grand Prix, followed by Kiselevic, and Denzi just crashed in this last lap. He was so close to finishing, but yeah, he's going to yield that fifth position to Gaburi, and yeah, that's surprising. Kiselevic is still having a lot of issues with his car. Gequinho has crossed the finish line in fourth position, and Gaburi will get the fifth position, it seems. This is bad news for Hatena and for Denzi in particular. And now we're going to see Wickman crossing in the sixth position. This has been another accidented race, not as accidented as Austin. Definitively the measures on the top speed seem to have worked. But yeah, let's see how this changes the tournament. Now we have a change in the lead, with Jochen winning 3 positions and positioning himself as the leader of the tournament, and Simernino earning 1 position to the second place. Casalini and Kiselevic fall 2 positions each. There are no changes in the rest of the position, and we have 5 pilots over 50 points, very close, and with so little races pending. Well, this is going to get really interesting for the end of the tournament. We're going to see what happens in the next races, but any of these drivers who win in the meantime, well, we have here there are no changes in the team's standings. However, Mahejox is really struggling and falling behind. Greenscape approaches the next race. Maybe we'll have a change in the lead. If Catalini doesn't have better results, that's completely possible.